Hi and welcome to Writing with Steve, with me Steve Evans and Carol behind the camera. This video follows previous videos we've been filming regarding poetry formats. So if you haven't checked out those earlier videos, don't forget to do so. Well, so far we've been looking at haiku, tanka, the sonnet and ballads. Today we're looking at the Villanelle. If you hang around to the end of this video, I've also got a top poetry writing tip that you can use for shorter poems, particularly if you're starting writing poetry and you want a little structure to it. The Villanelle has its origins in a French country folk dance where the dancers all joined hands and danced in a circle, and this is apparent in the Villanelle because of its use of repetition and rhythm. So how is a Villanelle structured? It's 19 lines in length. It has 5 tercets, which basically means 3-line stanzas. It ends in a quatrain, which is a 4-line stanza, and it follows an A-B-A rhyme scheme. It uses repeating lines known as refrains, and there are 2 refrains in the Villanelle. That's a lot to take in. It's far easier to show you a Villanelle. So let's look at one of the earliest forms of the Villanelle written in English, and it's called The House on the Hill by Edwin Robinson. They are all gone away, the house is shut and still, there is nothing more to say, through broken walls and grey, the winds blow bleak and shrill, they are all gone away, nor is there one today to speak them good or ill, there is nothing more to say. So I hope from that reading you were able to discern a strong rhythm and you were able to identify the lines that are repeated at strategic points in the poem. Did you also notice that in the quatrain that ends the poem, the rhyming scheme of A, C, A, which is a departure from the previous rhyming scheme of A, B, A. The Villanelle lends itself to reflective thought and intense emotion. One of the finest examples in the English canon is Dylan Thomas's Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night. Another fine example is Sylvia Plath's Mad Girls Love Song. So check those out and you will see the same pattern being used by those poets. Regarding the rhythm and the use of syllables per line, many villanelles use iambic pentameter. For example, Dylan Thomas's Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night. However, there is no hard and fast rule, so you experiment and see what works for your poem. If my mention of iambic pentameter and syllables make absolutely no sense to you, please check out our earlier video on haiku and sonnets. As I mentioned at the start of this video, if you're starting writing poetry for the first time or you're a little rusty and you would like a structure to a poem but you're planning on writing a relatively short poem, well, here's a tip. There is a really fantastic poetry form called ottava rima. I'll run through ottava rima, and I'll mention some of the famous poems in the literary canon that you could check out. And then I'll explain why it's a really great format for people who are writing poetry for the first time. So ottava rima uses 8 lines per stanza. If you're unfamiliar with the term stanza, it just means verse. It follows a structure in the first stanza of A, B, A, B, A, B, C, C. And although its origins are Italian, it was soon adapted by English writers. Sir Thomas Wyatt, he brought it over from the Italian courts, and it has a fine pedigree of hundreds and hundreds of years of use. Many examples of ottava rima are found in epic poems. So for epic, read lengthy poems that tell a long story. So it really has a kind of stability. It's a really strong rhythm. It has a fine structure for telling those stories. However, we can just take the structure for the first stanza and we can write a much shorter poem, which I think is a really great idea for somebody who's starting off. Examples of the longer poems, which you can check out just to get yourself an idea of the structure and how the poets are using them, include Byron's Don Juan and Isabella or the Pot of Basil by John Keats. So as I mentioned, we have the rhyming scheme of A, B, A, B, A, B, C, C. And I think, like before with the Villanelle, it's much easier to explain by showing you an example. So we'll look at an extract from Byron's Don Juan for an example of ottava rima being used. And ottava rima is really great for humorous and playful poetry. But you can use it and adapt it for any mood or style that you want. So, over to Don Juan. Go, little book, from this my solitude. I cast thee on the waters, go thy ways. And if, as I believe, thy vein be good, the world will find thee after many days. When South is read and Wordsworth understood, I can't help putting in my claim to praise. The 4 first rhymes are Southey's every line. For God's sake, reader, take them not for mine. And we can see how it's a great vehicle for humour, and we can see Byron's gentle, or maybe not so gentle, dig at other poets. In the English language, the ottava rima usually uses 10 syllables and iambic pentameter. However, you may wish to experiment and even try the Italian form of 11 syllables. Good luck with your poetry writing, and I hoped you liked this video. If you did, and you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and don't forget to ring the bell. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. And if you've written some poems and you'd like to share them, please drop them in our comments box. If you're looking for more poetry ideas and more examples of poetic forms, don't forget to check out our earlier videos. Until next time, from Carol and me, write well.